Hi. Still searching for the perfect gift for your relatives this holiday season? Well, look no further. Trump's latest grift, it might be the perfect present. That's, of course, if you have a spare $1 or $5 million lying around. Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show. On our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. My friends, thanks to you, we are 1,000 away from hitting our mark, 1,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, hit subscribe, watch, comment. Please keep the comments coming and share with family and friends because this level of stupidity, this grift, it's got to come to an end. So look, Trump's grift, that's of course gift with an R, it was literally amped up a few notches just this week when he announced that his rumored gold card, the Trump gold card, were officially going on sale. What is the Trump gold card? That's where individuals can pay $1 million for legal status here in the United States, and companies can pay a whopping $2 million per employee. Now, if that's not stupid enough, well, enter Howard Lutnick, who made the rounds this morning to promote the cards. Something that Lutnick should keep in mind when he's making these ridiculous comments is that just because you're wealthy doesn't actually mean that you're smart. Play the clip.
A lot of times I do not look immediately for the downside to something, but I'm sure people are at this point. But if the president says Tim Cook has actually pushed for this policy, I think that's a pretty good endorsement that maybe the president's onto something here.
So you've got to be able to bring in the best and brightest to the country. You know, this concept where you just get online to come into the United States of America and you just come on in. I mean, the average green card holder in America makes 1/3 less than the average American. We should be bringing in the best and the brightest, and that's what Donald Trump is changing about our immigration system. Let's expedite the best and the brightest who are going to give $1 million to the United States to prove they're at the top of the list.
I guess just the optics of it is what bothers people. And
the optics. As I wrote in my Substack of this morning, you know who's going to be the people paying $1 million or $2 million or the $5 million exclusive Trump Platinum card? Sure. Drug dealers, money launderers, Russian oligarchs. Who else is sitting with millions of dollars just laying around in order to come to the United States? Lutnick also made a comment about how this will prevent people from coming into our country for free. Now, look, I don't think people crossing at our southern border, the ones that are working in the fields, doing construction, things like that, the manual labor that Americans just don't want to use. I'm certain that they're not the same individuals who can afford this Trump gold card. Play the clip.
This is a $15,000 vetting to make sure we have absolutely the best people. And then they make a gift to the United States of $1 million. So finally, instead of coming in for free and just getting online and coming for free, now these people make a gift to the United States of America of $1 million. So these are the best people coming in. They're economically capable of driving our economy, and they're really being better. And so this is sort of raising the value of the people coming into this country.
It's so freaking delusional. I mean, look, I know Howard a long time. Howard's not a stupid guy. He's no genius, but he's not stupid. This could be the stupidest idea, other than, of course, having a gold card with Trump's face on it. Something that, of course, appeals to the big guy. Now, the White House, they've also put out a message for the people coming in for free. Here's what they posted on Instagram. Let me show you. Here illegally, the Deportation Express. Nice. For the holiday season, well, time to go. You've enjoyed your holiday long enough. Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. Now, look, like I said, just because you're rich, it doesn't mean that you're the best. It certainly doesn't mean that you're the brightest. Trump made that clear while talking to the press yesterday when he asked what he would be doing with the Venezuelan oil tanker that was seized. Trump, of course, claimed that he would keep it. I guess. Tell you one thing that I wasn't certain of. Keep it for America? Keep it for the world? Or keep it for himself? Play the clip.
Interested in the seizure of this tanker. What happens to the oil on this ship?
Well, we keep it, I guess.
Where does it go? What port does it go to?
Well, you have to follow the tanker. You know, you're a good newsman. Just follow the tanker.
Do you know where it's going? Was it going
Follow
to
it.
China?
Get a helicopter and follow the tanker.
Is it true it's going to
But we're
Cuba?
gonna. I assume we're gonna keep the oil.
Mr.
Yeah, that's called piracy, by the way. It's an international law, right? Just the other day, he was talking about how the Somalians, the only thing that they're good for is taking over boats, aka piracy. Well, what do you think it is that when a boat is, for example, in the middle, a Venezuelan boat is in the middle of international waters, and Americans descend down from the helicopters and seize the vessel, and now want to keep whatever is on it. In this case, it happens to be oil. Piracy. He also goes on and tells reporters he didn't understand why the United States couldn't achieve 25%. Let me say this again, because this to me is just shockingly stupid. President of the United States cannot understand why we, as a country, the United States of America, cannot achieve a 25% annual economic growth. Sure. Play the clip.
Means that instead of 4% GDP or 3%, which I said so wonderful, 3%, it should be able to be 20 or 25%. I don't know why it can't be. You shouldn't kill it. And so we hope that if this country announces great results, because you're going to see great results over the next couple of years, all these plants, and I'm not just talking about AI, we have the biggest number of auto plants planned. Toyota just announced $10 billion in plants.
Okay, 10 billion. Let me sort of maybe give him an economics lesson. Let me start by telling you that our GDP in America, which is 2.5 times the size of that of number 2, China, is $28.2 trillion. He wants to achieve, I don't know, let's say a 4.8, a $6 trillion or 25%, which you're talking about, 6 or 8% increase or $8 trillion more. You do realize that countries like England are like 11 trillion in total, or Saudi Arabia, which is even less than that. But he wants to do that as an annual growth. And based upon what? Based upon the fact that Toyota wants to invest 10 billion or 20 billion or even 50 billion into building more cars? Do you realize just how ridiculous a statement that is? How economically challenged somebody is to make even a statement like that? Who the hell is standing next to him, Howard Lutnick, and feeding him this sort of bullshit? It's insulting, actually. Now, look, as we know, the gold card, back to that nonsense, it's purely a grift to flatter wealthy foreigners. And Trump is, of course, no stranger to that. Let me show you what he posted on Instagram. In it, he writes, most influential man in Europe. Mind you, all right, that is on the White House Instagram account. I do also want to show you that being on the White House account, 14,900 likes. My Instagram, in fact, I get even more. He also told reporters that Boeing, not surprisingly, named him the greatest salesman ever. Let me show you that clip.
So it was a big turnaround. In 10 months, the $18 trillion, it's a record. There's never been a country that's gotten anywhere near that. In the Middle East, when I left the Middle East, we brought back $3 trillion and lots of Boeing airplanes, like 300. And Boeing gave me the award for the greatest salesman in the history of Boeing, which is a nice little award. I have a little plaque. The greatest, I think I've sold 1,000 Boeing planes. Can you believe it? Now all they have to do is make them. Okay, they got to make them, but they will. But we have made historic.
Can I also remind each and every one of you that the United States government, the American taxpayer, does not own Boeing? It's a publicly traded company. In fact, their CEO pays less than his housekeepers or people who are working in the farms. Trump also claimed that without the United States, there is no world. Because certainly the best way to get foreigners to pay us millions of dollars is to shit on their countries and call them shitholes. Play the clip.
He did a rather small number that could have been doubled, at least doubled. And that's the other thing. I think the rates for the United States are always the lowest in the world, because without us, there is no world. Without this economy, there's no world. You know, you could go to some of these wonderful countries that you think are so great. Well, one of the reasons they're great is because we allowed them to get rich off of us. We didn't charge them anything. You look at some of the deals.
I do have to say, it could be one of the most obnoxious things that he said, not just this year, but in his first administration as well. Let me be crystal clear. While he's playing around and screwing over, for example, our farmers with these nonsensical tariffs to China, they went ahead and what did they do? They decided to replace their soy needs through Argentina. Oh yeah, the same company that this genius just decided to give $50 billion to bail them out of an economic hole. But that's okay. That's okay. All of this makes perfect sense. In fact, you know what the world is doing? They're moving on without us because they've had it. They've absolutely had it. Our allies, he considers our adversaries. Our adversaries think that he's insane, and they remain adversarial allies in his mind. I don't even know how to put this as 2 and 2 together equaling 4, because it certainly doesn't. And finally, because Trump loves to lie about the money that he's bringing into the United States, 20 trillion, 27 trillion, 29 trillion, all of that sitting on some imaginary tariff shelf. I want to end with a clip of him talking about where the money from these from the Trump gold card grift is going to go. Play the clip.
Anymore. As you know, they used to send people up to Canada and other places, other countries, so we solved that. And the other thing is it'll take in, we think, probably billions of dollars that will go to the Treasury of the United States, that will go to an account where we can do things positive for the country. So it'll be a great thing. We'll take in, I think, billions of dollars. Many billions of dollars, even. So
billions don't do anything. It's a rounding number towards our GDP. When you have a Defense Department with a $1 trillion budget, just think about how infinitesimal even $1 billion is. And I'm going to guarantee each and every one of you, we do not see $1 billion worth of Trump gold card for visas. Because I'm not certain that there's 1,000 people in this world that have $1 million in cash laying around simply to buy themselves a visa. It's just stupid. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.